In this video, I'm going to explain step by step how to start a drop servicing agency with $0 and without any experience. This is the exact same way that I've made over $2 million online, and I'm going to show you exactly the same steps that I took to reach these numbers from drop servicing. So it's very important for you to watch till the end and don't skip any step, because these are the exact same steps that I took, and if you take them and stick to this business model long enough, I guarantee that you will see success. One of the channels that I've made over $1 million with is Fiverr. So I also have this Fiverr award that I got recently from Fiverr itself, and this is to commemorate that I've crossed $1 million in orders in profit. So after paying the platform the 20%, and actually I have crossed over 1.5 million at this point and still going. And this is just one of the ways that I get clients. And I now will talk about this much more in depth later on in the video, but it's just to show you that this is real and you can make it too. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Omar, and I've been traveling the world for the past 5-6 years. I started online business in 2018. I've briefly done some YouTube videos in the past, but I just wanted to focus on the lifestyle and just running my businesses, and didn't really put much emphasis on content creation. But right now I would like to get back to it and help people, everyday people like me, start online businesses. And I have a one-on-one coaching program that you can check from the link down below if you're interested. But let's get to the topic of today. So as I've mentioned, drop servicing agency. What is drop servicing to begin with? Now, I didn't know that I was doing drop servicing until this term popped up, because what I assumed I was doing was just having a normal agency. So the way things work for drop servicing is kind of like drop shipping, if you have heard about it. It's that you have a client and then you have a supplier with drop shipping, okay? So the supplier has a product, and then you will sell, you will act as a marketing, let's say, channel. You'll have your own Shopify, let's say, store, and then you do marketing. People will find the product on your store, you sell it to them, they pay you, and then you go and you place the order at the supplier, okay? And then the supplier will ship the product to the end client. So this is drop shipping. And it's very important to understand drop shipping so that you can get what drop servicing is, because it's very similar in a way that you are the middleman and you sell a service that is in demand, then you get paid, and then you go and find somebody that can do the service for you. Now, the difference between drop shipping and drop servicing, other than one is the product and one is the service, is that also with the drop servicing, and comparing it also to agencies, is that you are in complete control over this drop servicing agency in a way that you don't pay the team, your team, unless the work is completed. So you don't have full-time people that you have to pay them every month. But at the same time, it's your own processes and steps that your team will follow, okay? So let's get into step one. How to start such an agency? Well, the first step is to decide on a niche. And the niche is simply the service that you decide to sell. Now, you can go two routes. You can go with physical services, like, for example, cleaning services, cooking services, and stuff like that. And these are things that I don't like to get into, because I'm much more into the digital space, and that allow me to have much more control and see what's going on and remove accesses whenever I need to and do all those things. But you have physical services that you can do from distance, and some people I've seen that they even teach drop servicing with physical services. And then you have digital services, and this is my favorite, because digital services, you can scale them up as much as you can, as much as you want, and they are already in demand. And these services can be video editing, social media management, and more like, if you want to go niche down further, like Pinterest management, Instagram management, LinkedIn management, and all these services. You can even go with copywriting. You can even go with graphic design. Any of these services that are already in demand. So people, any business, any digital business needs these services, right? Now, the thing is here that you have to choose a niche that you are familiar with. Even if you don't have any experience in doing that, if you're familiar with it and you understand it, then you can sell it. And this is the key here, is that you are selling and not doing the work. In my case, for example, I started selling some products on Amazon, And Amazon, whenever I was selling products on Amazon, I was learning the Amazon space and ecosystem. And this allowed me to understand how to optimize the product listings for Amazon. And this gave me insights into copywriting and then how to write product descriptions. And this is the niche that I got into back in 2018. I started writing product descriptions for Amazon sellers. This was the niche that I got into. Okay, then I will suggest that you get into some niches that you're familiar with and that you know there is demand for, and pretty much anything has demand nowadays. And don't even think about competition, because even if there is competition in all the niches, it's just a matter of how you position yourself and you can still get lots of clients. So choose a niche, and next, after you choose a niche, you don't have to think about getting the team and building the team. Instead, you have to think about the second step, which is building your own portfolio. Okay, now the portfolio is a presentation of what the work will look like. Whenever you're working with clients or pitching your services to clients, clients love to see case studies and portfolio. So I suggest that you create a portfolio website, or that you create, let's say, PDFs of case studies and portfolios. Now, how can you do that if you don't have any experience? This is the next step. Now, either you do them yourself, not the case studies, because case studies are real life clients that you've helped. You can create your own portfolio for the sake of marketing. So it's a sample of how things would look like. Let's say, for example, you write Twitter posts. You can take lots of screenshots of Twitter posts live, and you can also do your own simulation of Twitter posts that you can show as portfolio. Now, the bonus here is that the step 3 is to go and find freelancers for your business. I combine it with step 2 always. So whenever I want to launch a new drop servicing business, what I do is that I go and find freelancers or just people that can help me, and I ask them to provide their portfolio, and if they allow me to use their portfolio as a marketing material. Most often they will say yes. Why? Because they know that if I win, they win, okay? The freelancers that I hire are usually people that don't want to do marketing, they don't want to do sales, they just want to focus on their craft, okay? And they don't want to go and do 24/7 client outreach or trying to find clients. That's your job. That's why drop servicing is an amazing business model, because you're partnering with somebody that wants you to help him or her with marketing. You get the clients and then they do the work. Now, these people, the freelancers, whenever you're starting, you can obviously start with sites like Upwork or Fiverr to find freelancers. However, you see that I have made over $1 million on Fiverr. Obviously, I am on Fiverr as well. So how do you get people that are not on Fiverr to help you out? I use job boards, simple job boards, and I try to hire people that are just looking for part-time or full-time jobs. And then I tell them that I have an opportunity of working on a per project basis. Whenever they apply to the job, it's very easy, because most of these people can either work full-time or part-time or either per project. They will be very happy to do that. So I would suggest you to create job posts and post them on job boards, various job boards. I usually go and try to hire, usually from the Philippines. I've tried to hire people from all over the world. For services related to translation, I hire from native speaker countries like in Europe. I also hired from the US, but I found that with the Philippines, you have the highest work ethic. They speak English very well, and they also have really fast internet connection. So because of that, I have really good experience working with them since 2018, and that's where I always post job posts over there. So you hire people from there, you agree with them beforehand on a specific rate per project. So let's assume that you do video editing. I'll just throw numbers because this is not my niche. Let's say that you find somebody that can do one YouTube video, let's say for $20 editing, okay? And then you will agree with that person that it's $20, and then you will sign an agreement with that person. Then you can tell that person if they can essentially lend you their either case studies or portfolio. Then you can use that portfolio under your own portfolio. It's like you're private labeling the portfolio. And this is just initially to get the first few clients, because then you will swap that portfolio, those clients, with yours. Okay, once you have your clients, then you can add your clients to the portfolio, and that's how you get started. So this is phase 3, which is finding the freelancer or worker, the team, get them on board, and then training them. Now, after you've got a portfolio and somebody to help you out with your service, it's time for step 4, which is setting up your presence online. Now, to set up your presence online, I would recommend doing one of two things. Either you go with a personal brand under your name, or you go with an online brand, which is just a brand name. Either of these, you can choose one of these two. And basically, once you do that, you set up all the social media profiles for that brand. So Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of these places, you can set up those profiles. And then once you have that, you can even work on your website. And your website, you should have a calendar link. And with the calendar link, the portfolio under it or on your site. So once you have that step ready, you move on to step 5. And step 5 is to try and do the marketing in the most cost-effective way. Now, to do the marketing, you have multiple ways. And I will just give you the best possible ways to market yourself when you're starting out. So don't forget, the social media profiles are there to help you market yourself, but also to help you get a contact. So for people to contact you and then schedule calls with them. The best way to start when you're at zero budget and you don't have any money, or you're afraid to spend or to invest in this project, I would go with Fiverr the same way that I did, and I would go with Upwork, because these two platforms are the best platforms that allowed me to get started with these businesses. I didn't have any good experience with other platforms. There are tons of other platforms out there, and if you'd like me to do a review over all those platforms, let me know in the comment section below, because I would look at those platforms and then try to evaluate them. But what I would recommend you at first is set up a profile on Upwork, set up a profile on Fiverr, and learn very well how to optimize both of these platforms. And send me a DM if you need help with that, because I've done this for over 7 years now, and I've done a lot of on Upwork alone. I've done over 300K in sales, and on Fiverr 1.5 million. So these are just the two platforms. So set those up, and then from those two platforms, Fiverr is just a way to get clients like inbound, and Upwork allows you to apply for jobs, even though they have a really good other side in which you can also attract people to come to you, and it's amazing. And once you do that, once you have those two set up, you can also use those social media platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter to reach out to people directly. So you can try to find your exact target audience, reach out to them, and show them how you can help them with the case studies, with the results, and then, or if you don't have case studies, show them how you can actually help them. So submit or send them an irresistible offer in which they would be stupid simply to say no. And once you have done that step, the final step is just to close more deals. So your objective here is to simply either book calls or close deals. These are the only two things that you have to focus on. Once you get the deal, the final phase is to onboard that client internally based on the platform you got that client from. Give all those details to the person working with you. The person working with you will obviously do all the work, and then you can submit this work to the client, and then the client, if the client likes it, they will take it. If they don't like it, they might request any revision. And if they like it, make sure that you get that as a case study. Try to get a good review from the client. If it's a video testimonial, it's even better. And then you can use that again as marketing material to get more clients. So these are the exact steps that I used. I know there's a lot of information. If you're interested in learning much more in depth about how I did this, there's a video down below in which you can watch that better explains the way I did drop servicing. And if you're interested, you can even book a call with me to see if I can help you start and grow your own drop servicing business. And like this video if you liked it, and of course subscribe if you loved it, and I'll see you in the next video.